Good afternoon, everyone. I am going to present the timeline of South Asia since 1947. It includes the major organization, treaties, and the events that happened in South Asia. And so, let us start with the 1947 partition and independence. The British rule in India is ended in 1947, and the subcontinent was divided into two dominants, the dominion of Pakistan and the dominion of India. And the Pakistan became independent on 14 August 1947, and the India became independent on 15 August 1947. This partition led to the large scale migration uh, and the communal violence, and this marks the beginning of two large sovereign state in South Asia. And after the partition, the Lord Mountbatten, who was the last viceroy of India, became the first Governor General of independent India, and the Muhammad Jinnah became the first Governor General of Pakistan. Now 1948, Sri Lanka, that was formerly known as Ceylon, gained independence from the British rule on 4 February 1948. And in 1948, India-Pak war was also fought over the Kashmir partition. Maharaja Hari Singh acceded Kashmir to India, and leading to Indian military intervention. And after this, the United broke the ceasefire and ended the war in 1949, dividing Kashmir between the India and Pakistan. The part of Kashmir that Pakistan got is known as the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and the remaining part that India got is known as the provinces of Jammu and Kashmir. Now 1954 and 55. In 1954, the Pakistan joined the CENTO, Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, and in 1945, Pakistan joined the CENTO, Central Treaty Organization. The purpose of joining these organizations was to contain the spread of communalism in the Cold War, and the Pakistan sought military economic aids from the Soviet, US, and its allied. And Pakistan aimed to strengthen its security against the India. So in contrast, India followed the path of non-alignment policy. Now the 1960, the Indus Water Treaty. It was the treaty signed between the Jawaharlal Nehru and the Ayub Khan. And the mediator of this treaty was the World Bank, and World Bank divided the rivers between India and Pakistan. The eastern flowing rivers like Ravi, Veer, Satluj was given to the India, and the western rivers like Indus, Jhelum, Chenab were given to the Pakistan. It was the one of the most successful water sharing treaties in the world. Now 1962, India-China conflict. India-China have a border dispute over Aksai Chain and Nefa. Nefa was the former administration name of Arunachal Pradesh. China attacked on India on 20 October 1962, and the war fought in the region of Ladakh, Nefa. And the China declared a ceasefire on 21st November 1962, and China kept the control of Aksai Chain. But the plus point for India, it was that the India later to strengthen its military and defense system after this war. Now 1966 Tashkent Agreement, signed between the India and Pakistan on January 1966 in Tashkent. This agreement was signed between the Lal Bahadur Shastri and the Ayub Khan after the end of 1965 India-Pakistan war. Both countries agreed to withdraw troops and response peaceful nations. And it also in 1966 there also a 6-point movement. It was led by the Sheikh Muzaffer Rahman, which was the political leader of the East Pakistan, who lead all the political movements and in the East Pakistan. He demanded for greater autonomy for East Pakistan and called for more political and economic powers for Eastern Pakistan. And became this movements became the foundation of Bangladesh independence, which he got after the Cold War. Now, 1971 India Bangladesh Independence Proclamation. On 26th March 1971, Rahman, sorry, Sheikh Muzaffer Rahman declared the independence of India after the 25th March military action by the Pakistan on East Asia, and this declaration marks the beginning of Bangladesh Liberation War 1971. The provincial government of Bangladesh was formally established in April 1971. India provided political support, military support, and financial support to East Pakistan uh, to fought war against the Western Pakistan. The war ended in 16 December 1971 with the surrender of Pakistan forces in Dhaka. Bangladesh emerged as an independent nation in 1971. Now, the 1972 Simla Agreement, which was signed between Indira Gandhi and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, it was the related to settle the dispute between the it was related to the after the post 1971 India Pakistan war. The both countries agreed to settle disputes by bilateral talks and peaceful means, and the ceasefire in Kashmir was renamed the line of control. Steps were taken to respond diplomatic relation, communication, and trade. The agreement aimed to promote peace and friendly relation in South Asia. Now, 1974, India's first nuclear test in Pokhran. It was held on 18 May 1974 at the region of Pokhran, Rajasthan. The code name of this nuclear test was the Smiling Buddha and conducted by the BARC means Baba Atomic Research Center, and the Prime Minister of that time, Indira Gandhi, and it was the India's first nuclear test after the 5 permanent members of United Security Council, that was Russia, USA, UK, France, and China. It conducted as an underground explosion because of the 1970 treaty partial nuclear test ban treaty. So it bans the nuclear test on atmosphere outside the space and underground water. So India conducted it as an underground explosion. Demonstrated India's scientific and technological strength. It also enhanced India's strategic and security capabilities. Now, 1976. Now, Pakistan and Bangladesh establish diplomatic ties. Pakistan recognized Bangladesh after the 1974 Lahore Islamic Summit. Formal diplomatic relation between was established, and the embassies were opened in both countries. Or diplomatic exchange and cooperation began. Relations improved after the Bangladesh Liberation War and contributed to regional peace and security in the South Asia region. Now, 1978 SAARC Charter. SAARC was formed on 8 December 1985 at Dhaka. In starting, there are only 7 members in the SAARC, that are India, Pakistan, Bhutan, Nepal, Maldives, Sri Lanka. These are the members of SAARC, and aimed to promote regional cooperation and development and the connectivity between the Southeast Asia. Marked the start of originating South Asian regionalism. Now, 1987 in Indo-Sri Lanka called IPF. On 29 July 1987 by Rajiv Gandhi and the J.R. Jayawardene aimed to end the ethnic conflict in Sri Lanka, that was between the Sinhalese communities and the Tamil communities. India agreed to send IPKF, Indian Peacekeeping Force, to maintain peace. But IPKF was destroyed the eastern and the southern, eastern and northern Sri Lanka. It fought against the liberation tigers of Tamil Islam when the group refused to disarm, and this cooperation became lengthy and controversial. So the IPKF withdrawal from the Sri Lanka in 1990. Now Operation Cactus in 1988. In 1988, India sent troops to Maldives because the Tamilian mercenaries attacked the Maldives. So India sent his navy and air force to manage this issue, and this operation was called as Operation Cactus. It failed as a coup. It foiled as a coup attempt by foreign mercenaries, helped restore the governance of Mokum Abdul Gaikwad. It strengthened the Maldives relation between the Maldives and the Indians. Now, Pakistan nuclear agreement. India and Pakistan. It also happened in 1988. India and Pakistan signed the agreement on the provision of nuclear text. Provision of attack against nuclear installation and facilities in 1988. Both countries agreed not to each other facilities, and this agreement helped to reduce tension and build confidence in the Southeast Asia. Now 1988-991, restoration of democracy in South Asia. Democratic government were restored in Pakistan, Bangladesh and Nepal. And in Pakistan, election was followed by the end of the military rule. And in Bangladesh, mass protests led to the fall of military rule in 1990, and then there was a democratic government. In Nepal, the people movement brought controversial democracy. It strengthened the democratic governance and political participation in Southeast Asia. Now 1996 Farakka Treaty between India and Bangladesh. It was signed in December 1996 between India and Bangladesh, concerned the sharing of Ganga River water as Farakka barrels. And it provided a framework for fair water distribution, helped improve bilateral relations and cooperation. Now in 1998, India-Pakistan nuclear test. India conducted nuclear test at Pokhran range in 1988, and the Pakistan also conducted its first nuclear test at Changai Hills later in May 1998. Both countries declared themselves as a nuclear capable states, and the increased tension and strategic rivalry in South Asia. Now, in 1988, India-Sri Lanka Free Trade Agreement (FTA) was also introduced. It was the first bilateral trade agreement and reduced tariffs. The aim of this agreement was to reduce tariffs and promote trade. This agreement strengthened the economic cooperation between the two countries, India and Sri Lanka. Now, 1999, Lahore Declaration. In February 1999, PM Atal Bihari Vajpayee travelled by bus to Lahore to meet Nawaz Sharif and signed the Lahore Declaration, aimed to improve relations and promote peace. But this peace was later disrupted by the Kargil War. Kargil War also happened in 1999, June to July. Fought between India and Pakistan took place in the Kargil region because the Pakistan occupied the strategic heights on the side of India side of line of control. India launched Operation Vijay to evict them. The conflict ended the withdrawal of Pakistan forces, and the India regained its control over the occupied position. Parvez Musharraf aim to improve India-Pakistan relation, and major issue discussed in this was the Kashmir and the cross-border terrorism. But there was no agreement and reached because of not good negotiation, and the summit ended without any joint declaration. Now 2024 SAFTA agreement. SAFTA, South Asia Free Trade Agreement. It signed in January 2004 at the 12th SAARC summit in Islamabad. SAFTA, it was signed by the members of South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, and it aims to reduce trade barriers and tariffs and to promote the trade and economic cooperation. It strengthens economic relation and connectivity between the South Asia countries. Now 2007. Afghanistan joined SAARC. Afghanistan joined SAARC after the 7 members. It was the 8th member to join the SAARC in the 14th SAARC summit in New Delhi. It expanded the SAARC regional cooperation framework and strengthened South Asian connectivity and development efforts. Now 18th SAARC summit. It was the last SAARC summit that was held in Kathmandu, Nepal, and attended by the leaders of South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation countries, and the theme was regional integration and peace and prosperity. Focus on regional connectivity and cooperation. Agreements were signed on energy cooperation were also signed in this summit and highlighted the need for stronger South Asian integration. Thank you.